Hi, lovers. Welcome to Relationships and More. We're your host, Cam.
And Jay.
And tonight is going to be kind of like a free for all. Just going to kind of talk about. What are you laughing at?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll
Kind of talk about, like, kind of just everything, like updates that's been going on and why the hell this crazy boy is laughing.
I'm not fucking laughing. Cause I looked at the camera and said, bitch.
You drunk, aren't you?
Bitch, it ain't even no alcohol in this house. Don't either.
So anyway, what shall we start with?
I know you ain't just asking what we were gonna start with. I know you did it.
I did. I mean, like, out of the few subjects that I could think of, what you want to start with?
You know what we gonna start with? The noisy neighbors. Oh, nasty piece of nosy ass niggas. Oh, they that too. They just quiet nosy. I like them quiet type. You know what? That's so off topic, but you know what? Well, bitch, it's a free fall. But anyway.
So
I love them quiet nosy neighbors. They motherfucking ass. You like, Okay, anyway.
So my take from this. So me and Jay were talking. Was it today?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday we were talking.
Oh no, it was yesterday. It was today.
Okay, so today we were talking.
Morning.
Yeah, this morning we were talking, and unbeknownst to me, like, I really don't hear what's going on like that with the neighbors, but I have been enlightened by Jay that certain parts of the day the neighbors be going off on each other.
They sure do.
And
that's just true tea.
it's kind of crazy because I remember, like I was telling Jay back my last apartment complex, I was downstairs and above me were some noisy, rude, loud, ghetto ass neighbors. And it was so annoying to the point where, like, I could barely, like, I would literally wake up in the middle of the night to hear them. Either they were having sex, they had their music up too loud, or they were, like, arguing / fighting, like, fighting. Like, I would hear, like, tumbling up there, like they were wrestling or something, but it was really fighting. So I was just fed up with it. Like, that was part of the reason why I tried, as soon as I could to move out, because, like, when it gets that bad to the point where, I gotta get up the next morning to go to work and I can barely get good sleep because after 2 hours, I'm woke up by some foolishness. It's just not a good thing. And then come to find out that I wasn't even the only one. Like, there was so many people complaining on them, it was ridiculous.
And they still wasn't kicked out.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy. Now, and another thing, like, where I moved from, it was kind of the more...
It was the
urban
ghetto
area, you can say.
It was the damn ghetto, honey. Ghetto ass projects.
Now, let's get it very straight. Nothing against projects, but I've never lived in projects, sir. But
I don't know if I can say the same. I don't know if technically that's a project or not, so I just can't say the same.
I mean, like I said, ain't nothing wrong with it.
lived in a project.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, people who grew up in houses and stuff with both they mom and dad. But anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, like, my thing is, regardless, like, I feel like, and I know me and Jay, like, we have our moments where we can get kind of rowdy up here, but it's not to the point where we, like, actually fighting each other or, like, arguing to the point where fuck you bitch and all this. And I mean, like I said, we argue, but to the point where we are arguing and we we end up like taking it outside and about to fight and do all that. Like we don't do that. We don't have time for that. Number one, me personally, right?
Fighting,
and number one, I don't want people all up in my business because they don't need to know what's going on between us. They don't need to know what we arguing about or what we disagreeing about. And for me, that's one reason why I feel like it's just a little distasteful. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, everyone has an opinion. I'm just giving mine because this is our podcast. And two, I'm not trying to get kicked out. I'm not trying to have, I mean, do you know how embarrassing that is to have your front office send somebody to come knock on your door to say we've had
send the vixen notice, bitch.
Right. Or either like we've had complaints on you and your noise level. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that's embarrassing. And it just, when Jay brought it to my attention what he's been hearing outside of our household, I was just kind of like, wow, I was just taken back down memory lane. Like,
what did I tell you this morning?
Like you was saying something like they be arguing outside, like up and down the steps. What you said they be saying?
They be standing right there in the motherfucking hallway,
or
either it's be to where he be inside the house and like, yeah, this is one of the incidences. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and she was walking outside of the house, and he was like, "Hey, bro, come on back in here. Come on." You know how to straight trade me. They're like, "Hey, bro, come on back in here. Like, come on, man. We can work this out." And this bitch, she's talking so, "Nah, man, you trying to play me on some shit like, no. Hell no, they ain't come back." And I was just like, why the fuck do you folks so damn loud out there? And then I opened up the door.
You said you opened the door and they just walked out.
I opened up the door like, "Put y'all bitches out here. Y'all having a conversation like this, bitch. I guess I'm welcome to come out here and look." And you see, bitch, you fight out in the open, bitch. You can't be mad at somebody come out there and try to be nosy and see what the hell going on.
Right.
I know I take my ass straight to the peephole and be like, and then if I can't see you no more, I'll open up the door like, what's going on out there?
I mean, but that's just human instinct. Like, you know, you just want to make sure ain't nothing crazy going down.
Like, hey, bro, just come on back in the house.
Nah, man, you tried to play me off the street.
And just like this morning, he was out there on the phone.
Right. Like, now that, and so now my
I
thing
mean, I ain't care about
that
that because
it was cool, but we almost collided with each other because he was so busy on the phone.
He was on the phone with that.
And it was like,
did you just hear what you was saying to me? Like,
she was screaming like, I'm like, "Look, mama, you ain't even got to scream like that, honey." I don't scream to get people's attention.
And by the way, viewers and listeners, you know how I have to do my disclaimers. So just letting y'all know, when we refer to the term hoe or bitch, you know, it's not a derogative sense. That's just how we talk. That's just how we talk. I mean, well, hey, you know,
just like I watched this thing with T.S. Madison and the girls were saying how they don't like to be, because you know how we use our lingo, be like fish, different stuff like that, and the ladies is just talking about how they don't want to be called fish, but don't nobody call. You know, don't nobody just walk up and be like, "Hey, fish," like.
But it's
first of all, fish is not even meant for that.
Right, but that's because they're, and I'm not saying this disrespectfully, but they're ignorant because they don't know. I mean, if I was a female and I didn't know what that meant, I'd be trying to think you trying to be funny, like you trying to say I still like fish, I need my period on or something. You know?
They steal everything else in the gay community.
I mean, but hey,
all of a sudden, oh my God, we can't say fish like.
But it ain't even about we can't say it. It's just, I mean, you just have to realize people get in their feelings. Just like you may not care about something.
Your pussy don't smell like fish.
I mean, but I get it. But some people there are some malicious.
Somebody out here talking about your coochie smelling
Yes.
like fish.
There are some malicious.
Miss Fishy, baby.
Seriously,
Okay,
there
that's
are
bad.
some like messy queens out there that use that term derogatively towards women. So I mean, it's like it is what it is.
Miss Fishy, baby.
You had too much sugar tonight.
No, I haven't. This was not even enough. But anyway.
But yeah, just thought we would
see that
thought.
horse dick on this thing.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just looking at this damn can and I was, you can.
You are getting so off topic.
Let me show y'all. Since this brand ain't paid us. Okay, go ahead.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I was just showing the viewers like.
So, anyways, I guess we started off basically on just be a good neighbor. Be good, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
Yes, please
Like,
keep your ass from outside.
I
Please
mean,
argue inside your house
like
in a room.
Like I said,
Preferably
not
the farthest
only
one from people.
not only can it be a situation like, you know, somebody trying to sleep or, you know, trying to watch TV or, you know, just any little thing, like, I mean, just be aware is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you just got to be so quiet walking on eggshells in your own home. Do what you do, but when you like take it outside so where everyone can hear, it's just kind of like, we really don't want to hear that.
And I am gonna be nosy and hear exactly what y'all was talking about. Because you so damn loud. Because I feel like that's like a big ass invitation for everybody to hear what you talking about. You basically just said, I don't care who hear our business. Especially if y'all standing outside talking hell loud. Like, people act like they can't just have a civilized conversation with each other. Like, well, how are you? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so
or
what
just
was the problem with what I just said?
Yeah, just talk things out. Like, and that was one of the after he told me that in the car, you know, my point of view from it was I just feel like at the end of the day, that's how a lot of people view black people when they argue. It's like, it's always got to be loud, obnoxious, like, fuck you bitch, this and all this, and just like trying to match to see who can overtalk the other and who can yell the loudest and who can, you know, buck up and all that. It's just like, again, I understand everybody argues differently, but it's like, do you really have to do all that all the time? It's very unhealthy, and especially if you're in a relationship, it's not healthy to, like, every time you look around argue. Or, you know, if you have every time you have a problem, it blows up into this big situation where everybody that lives around you can basically hear what's going on.
And that loud ass motherfucking music. Now, I do play my music loud every now and then, but goddamn, the type of loud they play theirs at is like so loud to where this table and this motherfucker be vibrating. I can come over here and feel this table and like,
and it's
them motherfuckers right there.
It's crazy because
he just gonna gloss right over.
Like, no, I'm getting to it. Like, it's crazy how when I first moved over here, that wasn't that situation at all.
They don't do it no more,
but I mean, I will say this now. Again,
here.
What I will say is I have heard the music. However, that shit is nothing compared to what I had to deal with before. Like, I'm telling you, all this that's going on is just about heaven compared into what some of the stuff I done heard. Like, I'm like, these bitches was fighting on the stairs. Outside. Like, that's the type of, I'm just like, I cannot, like, and my whole, and another thing about it, I feel like you are not, I ain't gonna say afraid, but you're not worried that if somebody hear that they're going to feel like they need to call the police on you because they feel like you finna kill her or something, or you know, like,
shit.
I just,
like, some folk like all that damn drama with all that damn fighting and pushing and like, that's so toxic. I hate toxic relationships. That's just too much for me. I was in a relationship with someone and it was so toxic. I ain't even gonna say much on it.
Have you told me about this?
Probably not.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss this.
No, we're not.
We will. But anyway.
We're not.
We are. But
no, we're not.
Stop.
We're not, bitch.
But like, anyways, that's basically, I was taken back, and it was hilarious how you told me what was going on.
Okay,
but
this live is over. Thank y'all so much for watching. And if you want to check us out on OnlyFans.
Can you please stop acting crazy?
Okay, let me stop playing.
But we also were on the subject. Tired. Yeah, we were also on the subject.
Excuse me? Why did you just say yeah?
So I can't agree with you?
How you know I'm tired?
Because this is how you act when you tired.
No, I don't. You can go ahead.
But we also was on the topic of, you know, this coronavirus is going on and everything, and the fact, I still just don't understand how people can you please stop? What is wrong with you tonight?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna need for you to get it together.
I just want to watch myself on camera, that's all. Go ahead, now. I still don't understand how people can go out in public with no mask. Now, the gloves, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily wash your hands. That's not a big deal.
But the mask,
it protects from, like,
and
shit getting into your mouth and your nose.
Y'all got masks on, but y'all kids don't have no mask on.
Not
so
just,
I'm all like saying, bitch, I want to be good. Fuck them kids.
Not just the babies, like the infants that are in the damn strollers, don't even have on a mask, and that's.
First of all, the fucking baby ain't even supposed to be out, so that shouldn't even be into question.
Yeah. But
I'm seeing a lot of black people doing that.
And it's just crazy.
I don't know if they notice this or not, but honey, it's more of us dying than anybody else.
Exactly. And just because this state is open, that does not mean that this disease is under control, because it's not.
Camp don't know what the fuck he doing.
At all.
We didn't let him, honey. Trump elected him.
Child. That's a whole nother thing. But it was just crazy when we saw that. I mean, like, we literally saw this chick in the grocery store. 3 young little boys, ain't nobody had on a mask. And I'm just like, you're not gonna learn until something happens, and then you want to start with that, if I would've, I should've did this. And it's crazy. I mean, some people may look at us like y'all just going overboard, but we trying to do everything we can to protect ourselves and keep this home safe. Just speaking of it, I was just telling Jay earlier this evening, when I had my mask on, I was helping a customer, and she was like, "Can you breathe in that?" I was like,
this stupid ass bitch.
Yeah, I can. I can get by. She was just like, I have a mask, but I can't breathe in, and it's just like I'd rather have coronavirus than to have to breathe with this mask. And I'm saying to I said, well, I can manage, I can breathe, and I'm saying to myself, bitch, are you crazy? Like, who says that? Like, even if you're just having conversations, still, who says that? Like, that was crazy to me. You'd rather have coronavirus than to have to breathe into the mask. I mean, you can take the mask off when you get home and still be safe.
Holy cow, I know what I said. And a few of y'all out there know what I said. But you know what, on a lighter note, my friends that I do have, they're not like that. Period.
But not just them though, babe.
And they classy woo woo. Like this, not like this, period.
But overall, all we saying is just please be safe, because I still don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's getting better or worse.
Baby, it's getting worse. But I have completely disconnected from all type of news, period. Because it was too much on me. It was too much on my body. Oh, you can see that in the camera. It was too much on my body. And I was just getting too stressed. So I just let that shit go. Like, once the number reached like 40,000 people, now it's at like, I think it's suppressed like 60,000 people. I was officially done. I just stopped looking at all type of news like that. I stopped looking at the Tara Reid thing. The Tara Reid thing is basically this lady's coming out saying she was sexually assaulted by Joe Biden.
You talking about the actress Tara Reid?
I don't know if she an actress or not. I just know that she used to
blonde?
work for him. And no, she got brown hair. She said she was sexually harassed by him while she was working as a secretary for him or some shit like that, and he stuck his fingers up her.
That ain't funny, but it's how you said it. Yeah, he just stuck his fingers up her.
I mean,
like it was just so casual.
I mean, how was I supposed to say it? I just want, just go ahead and put that out there real quick and then retract my statement.
Well, speaking of politics, so I was having a conversation with. Can you please stop?
Just go ahead. I was speaking and having a conversation
with my manager today, and as we were leaving, and she made a statement that I was just like, oh my gosh, people really are saying stuff like this. Like, we was, saying like, oh my gosh, don't want, Trump back in the White House, and people were actually saying, I mean, well, you might as well go ahead and give your vote to him, because he gonna win it anyway, so you might as well just go. And that was just, to me, one of the dumbest, like, statements.
Who said that?
Like, she was saying different people. I'm not sure if they were black or not, but I'm pretty sure they probably were. Like,
that's the
as
problem.
Far as, like, on social media saying stuff like that. And I was just, me and her both, we were just like, who says that? Like, that was so stupid to say.
No, and I actually
like,
want to say something on that after you finish.
Like, it was, again, regardless of who wins, if that's how you feel, and you pretty much, you are actually willing to give your vote to someone that is already made things worse for this country in another 4 years, you gonna really give this man another 4 years? Do you know what can happen in the next 4 years? Like, that was just really very dumb to say.
Half the folks that say shit like that, they ain't got nothing but 5 more years left any fucking way, if you really want to be honest. And anyway, here's the problem with black people that I have. Some of us choose to willingly be ignorant and blind.
Yeah.
And it's not just black people that do this, but I see a lot of the times that it's black people doing it.
But it frustrates you because you know
Because
the
it's from
struggle
my
of
own.
a black, right?
Yes.
Of what we have to go through
Exactly.
already. Yeah.
And it's mainly these black motherfuckers doing this shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really no rise to every other occasion except for the occasions that you need to rise for.
Mm-hmm.
If you had better people leading the country, then everybody else can follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
But because you dumb bitches don't do no damn research, that's a whole nother thing. That causes a whole nother problem in this. And it's like fucking dominoes. You push one over and all them bitches crumble down.
Right.
And that's just exactly how it's gonna be until people learn the importance of being enlightened on certain things. Like, some of y'all are so delusional to the fact that y'all take a truth and y'all are twisting and twisting and twisting and twisted to bend to your will. That's not how it works. That's not how any of that works.
I also think that a lot of people, they like to hear themselves a lot.
Exactly, and they love to say how woke they are.
And they're really
But
not.
you're not woke at all.
I was watching a documentary on YouTube, and it wasn't the documentary was not politic related, but this particular individual made a statement, was saying like Trump is okay in his book because he did. I can't recall exactly what he did involving child. No.
Wallet field.
No.
Okay.
It was something that it was a black guy. It was a black young man, and he said something about he did something that made child support better or something. It was something, but I just when he said it, and he tried to hurry up and fix it. Like after he said he okay my book, I mean he still the son of a bitch. You know, like he tried to hurry up and tried to correct himself. But my whole thing is for you to say he okay in your book over one quote unquote good deed that he's done compared to everything that he has basically demolished and destroyed. It's just like that's nothing. I mean, of course, I can't speak on child support because I don't have a child. But what I will say is, what about all the wrong? What about all the jobs that we could have had but we don't have? What about all the jobs that we could have had he didn't, focus so much on this border and trying to deport people back to Mexico and all that and taking their visas and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff that he has done against his country, and he does something that doesn't affect the whole community as a whole. It's just like, really? It's ridiculous to me. I mean, like I said again, I'm thankful that we got the opportunity. Well, I had the opportunity to receive the stimulus and everything, but still,
you got the opportunity.
That's why I changed it.
Because anybody that's over 18,
but
you did not get any type of compensation from them.
But my whole thing is like, okay, I'm thankful for that, but at the same time, that does not change my opinion and my impression of Donald Trump. Like first impressions are very important, and they stick with you. And just as I said before, I'll say it again. Trump is not made to be a leader. I feel like this presidency stuff was on his bucket list of things to do before he dies. And I still feel like that.
But back to what he was saying. That's what people do. Every time he does this little ounce of good, this good thing in their eyes, then they're like, oh my God, he's so grand, he's such a good president. Then, everybody has to throw in the towel and be like, oh my God, well, he did these good things. Like, this should truly trump the bad things, but it doesn't. It
You,
doesn't at all. I think that we're way too often. He does so much bad to where we have to give him his good points.
but what you just brought up something that I just realized that I got upset about just that fast for people that talk so much shit about Obama. My whole thing is you let Trump do one good deed out of 1,000 bads, he's a good leader. Oh, he's getting better. He's doing right. But no one recognizes the good that Obama tried to do for this country. They try to run Obamacare down 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? But he tried to do it. He did his best with what he had. And while he was doing that, he still was doing what was necessary to lead this country. You never saw him in no bullshit when somebody had something bad to say to him or had, a question that needed to be answered. He didn't insult people who were interviewing him. He took it like a man and he was respectful. And he wasn't in a whole bunch of shit like this. But of course, Obama is a black man, and it's just like, oh, well, he does one thing wrong or something doesn't go as planned, and he's just awful. But you get somebody that continues to prove themselves to keep doing wrong, like Trump, and does one good thing, and oh, well, that one good thing he's done, you can't say that he's a bad person. He's doing what he can. Like, really? No. That is crazy. What you were saying?
I don't remember now. I already told you. I think a lot. This is another subject to get on. My brain does not think how everybody else's brain think on one thing at a time or like two or three. I be thinking of like a lot of damn things at once. So I'm never thinking about just one thing, and at the same time, I be trying to meditate and be calm. That's it. So my brain is not just thinking on one damn thing. I'm thinking on multiple things at the same time while operating and still managing to get my test done. But I kind of forgot what I was going to say because I was just sitting here listening to him, and I'm just like, I already said that. But not to be rude to you. I was just saying.
You already said what?
I said what you said. Oh my God, no mind.
Okay,
I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, it had just had too long, and I was just like, I was waiting on you to stop, and then you kept on going. I was really waiting on you to finish, and then I was like, okay, can I get this little word in? Can I get this little word in?
so it's my fault.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. But that's the thing. That's what, I don't give a fuck who get offended by this. If you take offense to it, then that means your ass do it all the time. That's the problem with a lot of these white older people. They want to do what they want to do, and when they can't do it, they throw a titty tantrum because that's what they've been doing their whole life, and they get away with it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That's what they damn do. And because you haven't been taught, hey, you can't have it your way all the time. Hey, sometimes you have to answer to other people. Sometimes you have to tell the truth. It catches up with you in your adult life. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And when he does leave, if he doesn't leave this year, he's going to leave within the next 4 years. And when he does leave, he will have to answer for everything he's done. So he may not go. You going to pay on the front end or you going to pay on the back. But you going to pay. And that's motherfucking Funky Dundee.
I knew you was going to say that because you sound just like him.
You going to pay on the front end, baby, or you going to pay on the back. And, baby, you best pay on the front because if you pay on the back, it's going to burn your ass alive. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen to the people that's been in this. in there with his little cabinet of people, and it's also gonna motherfucking happen to his ass.
And that's
So I
sad.
just can't wait to see that damn day, and to think that I might have to wait another 4 years for that.
That's sad that there are actually white people that do act like that because everything was given to them their whole entire lives. And for me, like, I know sometimes I've said to myself, like, how so awesome it would have been to grow up with no worry, to never have to worry about money or anything, to get any and everything I want. You know what I'm saying? And never to have to worry about working. But
I'm gonna add something on to that. In this movie that I really had wanted to watch, and I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry to interrupt you, by the way. It says the only thing more dangerous than the person who can't get everything they want is a person that gets everything they want. And then he says you better get out of the house, but that's in the movie. But I completely agree with that, and that statement stuck with me all these days. Ever since I've heard that little statement, it stuck with me. Because I was like, that is so true. Because
think about it, if you never had to, not only will you take everything you get for granted, but you won't be able to survive. Like, if you never know what it's like to struggle and to be without, you would think that the whole entire world is over, and you would, like, literally try to harm yourself or kill yourself. And of course, when you young, you think like that, like, man, I wish I, didn't have to worry about anything. But it's just like, when you get older and life hits and responsibilities hit and, adulthood hits, you just really look back on it and you are thankful that you were taught that certain way to be appreciative of the things that you have, because they can be taken away from you, and to not throw a hissy fit or a tantrum because you can't get a specific thing. I'm so glad that I was raised that way, because how I was raised really has a positive impact on my life currently, and how I do things, and whether if I can afford something or not afford it, whether I can get it or not, being able to be thankful. You know what? I may not have the nicest car, but damn it, I have something that's reliable transportation. I have a roof over my head. I have a roof over my head. We taking care of our bills. We still got food in the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's crazy how some people will never know, and a lot of people think that the happiest people are the ones that has everything, and that's so not true.
Nope.
Because as soon as they run out, their happiness is gone.
And keep trying to find something to fill the drug, then they turn to drugs and stuff like that. That's just a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother podcast. Because think about it, what logical person sits down and says, you know what, let's go out and try some coke and some meth and some heroin tomorrow, and maybe that's the same damn thing. I don't know nothing about drugs. Let's try some weed today. Let's try some motherfucking, I don't know, CDC or whatever the hell, I don't know. PDF, I don't know, what is it called? I don't know, I don't do drugs, nor do my boyfriend do drugs, so bitch. We don't know nothing about no drugs, but I'm just saying, that's what the mindset of people like that go through.
And you know what, babe? I want to, the last like 21 minutes, I want to get on another subject really quick, because it just came to my mind. I want to talk about colorism and racism. Why you roll your eyes?
Cause I hate talking about stuff like that. Well, I don't hate talking about it. I just be so over it. It just should have never been a thing. People are so selfish. And the way I look at it is if you have to keep saying you're superior, you're not superior. Mm-hmm. And that's just how I feel about it. Yeah. You don't like it, fuck you. You suck dick anyway. But what you laughing at me for? But yeah, that's just how I feel. And first of all, and if we talking about superiority on a molecular level, like
well, I just feel like what is the big deal as far as like what is so superior about a skin color?
I don't think anything is, because if you really want to be scientific, apparently
because I'm sure about the brain, so I'm sure about to say it. So go ahead and say
color
it.
That was
please.
There was dark skin colors were there first, and then other skin colors derived by people moving off farther west and all these other locations where they didn't get that much sun, so then their skin color started to change.
And if you really want to get like into it, like superiority derives from strength, right? What's the first skin color that wrinkles the fastest?
Oh,
that's not really strong. That doesn't exude strength to me. What do you think, darling?
I'm just saying on a humanly level of things, if you just have to keep bringing up, well, I'm superior, so this should work. You're not so superior after all.
But I mean, but like, let's really get into it. Like, what is the definition of being a superior? Being a leader. What is a leader? Someone who is strong, who can lead a tribe. You know what I'm saying? Strength. That's what I think of when I think of superior. Well, if you telling me that this specific skin tone or this particular color is strength, then when you really line all the colors up, what's the number one color that can withstand the sun without getting sunburned? But I mean, we can go. I'm just saying we can go all night. But that's what I'm saying. As far as people are so privileged and they think that they know what they're talking about and they think they have a right to this, and this. But it's just amazing how I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud to be black and everything, and it's just crazy how when I think of terms like that, like how my eyes are brown because they are strong enough to withstand the rays of the sun. The brown is actually the pigment in my eye. And lighter colored eyes, or specifically people with gray eyes, and predominantly white people have gray eyes. People with gray eyes, they're very sensitive to the sun. They do not take well in the sun at all. So when I think of stuff like that, it's just like, why wouldn't I be proud of my skin? Why wouldn't I be proud of my heritage and my culture and what I am? Why wouldn't I be proud of my brown eyes? Why wouldn't I be proud of my hair? Like, in African Americans, like, our hair, we can do styles like braiding and stuff. Braiding derived from our culture. In Africa, back in the day, the more like crazy, weaved in hair that you had, these crazy styles and stuff, that represented your rank. Like the bigger and most embroidered type of hairstyles meant that you were up there in the ranks. You know what I'm saying? So just all of this creativity and all this started with us. And I get so, I'm so happy about that. But then when I get over here in this whole American culture and how, creativity and hair is considered too ethnic, too urban to be in this industry. You can't wear your hair in braids. That wouldn't be a great look for the company. Or if you gonna have dreads, you need to cut that off. It's too urban. It's too ethnic. Like, do you realize what you're saying?
That rule in a few states. I think they stopped that all around, but I'm really not sure.
Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't understand. So you mean to tell me that a white guy with a mohawk, I don't see a mohawk being as professional as someone with decent dreads. Like, you mean to tell me they'll get a job over me if I had dreads? That's the racism part. Now,
well, black people don't make it any easier on themselves with this team dark skin, team
this
light skin,
is what I was
brown
gonna get into. This is what I was gonna get into.
Thing. I don't even care about the white aspect of a hairstyle, all that other stuff. That does not bother me, period. But the fact that black people can sit down and say, teen dark skin, teen light skin, teen, all this other shit, bitch, we all the same. When they look at us, they still see black people, period.
Right. But again,
you sit down and you mix white milk together and you mix brown milk together. Which milk you gonna see the most?
The brown.
Was that my mom or my grandma? No, that my mom.
But still, my whole thing is with this colorism is like I just really don't understand it. I mean, you take a chimpanzee and an orangutan, whichever the ones that's lighter than the other shit, they still monkeys. So I don't understand, like, what's up with this?
Well, so let's clear that up. You basically saying you could say any skin color that you want to. So this is basically the same thing. You could say any damn skin color. You could say teen dark skin, teen light skin, teen brown skin. You still a brown person. You could say on white, on black, on Hispanic, blah blah blah. You still a human.
Right.
That's what you basically said.
Yeah. Basically.
I cleared that up real quick because I can see a bitch right now working their fingers.
I mean, fuck you. He's normally the one that's like
I'm
don't
really
give a
chill
fuck.
tonight
But
like,
at the end of the day, like, because this is a topic for me. This is a topic for me because, again, I'm a red bone, I'm light skinned, whatever, but never in my life have I ever felt like I've been superior to any of my other brothers and sisters. What?
No, mama, you can go ahead.
Like, it's just like this conversation just kind of came to my head because of like all the controversy on YouTube and like how these black rappers being colorists and how these like dudes that are like saying stuff that is very disrespectful. Like, you know, they take it to a, well, you can't get mad at me, like, that's just my purpose. Or this new thing that I see that they do on TikTok where they like a black girl.
So I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. Like when they see it's like they'll have like a little caption, like a black girl trying to say hey or whatever, and it's like as if they in a club or something, and the two black guys they walking by and they like, but then they have the caption, the white girl, and they all trying to holler like, oh hey, how you doing? You know, you like just trying to be funny like that, and it's just like do you know how disrespectful that is? Number one, but number two, like,
but. Let me say something too on this. I will play a little bit of devil's advocate. I think that a lot of times we put too much thought into the skin color and not too much thought into, types. I do think people could have a type. Most of the time it's their own skin color. which is kind of weird when you do see people with other skin colors that is not theirs. But let alone, I don't even care about humanly aspects because humans will be humans and do what they want to do. But anyway,
I don't
basically
mind.
what I was saying was people can have a type, but there's a way to do things.
There's a difference between.
There's a way to do things professionally.
Ain't nobody tell.
You can tell some. You can say hello. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but we can be friends. We're just not compatible. And period. You leave it at that. That's what real people do to each other.
You can have a type, but my whole thing is if it's just related on just the type, why do you have to have so much clout on a specific quote unquote preference? Why does it have to be a every time you post something that's dealing with relationship, can't no black bitch be my baby mama, or something that's along the lines of disrespect and making the dark skin situation derogative. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a preference, that's fine. The whole world doesn't have to know that you don't date dark skinned people. The whole world.
And to really be honest, we really don't give a fuck.
Right.
To really be honest with you.
Now, what I will say,
it's too much thought into it.
And what I will say is these darker skinned females that have so much to say, I also feel like, how can I say it?
Sometimes these are just system based things that people have picked up through the system.
Right.
And sadly, it does carry over in family traits.
I said that to say, please don't be brainwashed. Please have a brain of your own. Please, before you try to downplay a darker skinned person or a black person, period. I mean, look at yourself first. The one thing that I cannot stand, and again, this is my opinion, just like people have their preference to date who they want to date and they don't want to date dark-skinned people, my whole thing is when you bring it to a place of you relate dark skin to ugly, or I could never see myself with that, but you dark skin yourself?
Are you talking about this rap battle person that nobody cares about?
I really wasn't even talking about him. He's definitely not the only one that says stupid shit like that. But
I'm probably gonna have to be a part two because
all I'm saying is, I really don't get it. I mean, I've seen some of the most beautiful chocolate people that some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. So I don't understand why. Do you know that some people relate, darker skinned people, like being dark skinned, and relate dark with actual darkness, like isn't evil. Like, that's the craziest shit.
That's not. People like that is just ignorant, period. To think that, let me go ahead and say, white is right, like that type of thing, you're ignorant, period. Like, who are you, even? Mm-hmm. To say, like, darker skinned people are evil.
Right. And
then this whole profiling thing, this is why I don't like talking about stuff like that, because it throw my auras off. But this whole profiling thing, like, yeah, I profile people, but it's not the way how you might see it. See, I use my instinct. Y'all use whatever the fuck y'all use y'all little human, the little, what is it called? No, I use my instinct. Y'all use profiling. That's two different things.
Use your intuition.
Exactly.
Judge.
I'd be like, I can just look at somebody and hear them speak once.
Right.
And know what type of person they are.
Yeah, you're right. Profiling and instinct
is like that guy who got killed in Georgia for fucking jogging.
Right. And me and my mom was talking about that, and come to find out, this
They
whole time
chased him down and killed him.
This whole time, they told his mom that they felt threatened because he was known to, rob and stuff. And they said that they felt threatened because he was coming after them. But they obviously wasn't smart because they had somebody filming the whole situation. And that person was in one of those racist groups. Posted it on social media. And somebody that it didn't sit right within their hearts, they made it viral. And then other people started like, hold up, this ain't what the story that they said. And that's how it happened.
A lot of the time, people just go out their way to do certain things. And I think that this is definitely becoming one of those things. It's just like I keep seeing these protesting videos with these white people getting so hands-on with the cops and stuff, but if it was and they also have firearms and stuff while they're out there protesting, but if it was a black person doing the same exact thing, y'all would shoot them down once you seen a gun, period.
I told you this. What is the exact what you saying? I worded it a little differently. I just said that I just feel like it's disrespectful and stupid that you have all these white people protesting that are actually in front of cars trying to get to the parking deck to get to their jobs that work in the medical fields. You know what I'm saying? You protesting and these cops just sitting here, just standing here, not saying a fucking thing. But let somebody black protest for someone's innocent lives, and you ready to get the guns out, you ready to get the sprays out, you ready to get the trying to dodge them and push them over, you ready to kill them. So that's crazy to me. And they were doing it for a good cause. They just wanted y'all to have understanding that what y'all did, y'all gunned down an innocent person, that was wrong. But you ready to knock them down and saying that you feel threatened, they're too aggressive, all this nonsense bullshit.
But this is the thing that I was literally talking about with you off camera. I was telling you about, what was I saying? I don't know what the fuck, bitch, I'm a little tired, so you can tell in my eyes. But I was telling, what was you just saying, babe? Say it again.
I will, but can I say, is it okay for us to just keep the camera rolling and just stop this
and do a second part?
Do we have to do a second part to this one?
Just do a second part. I don't feel like doing all of that. I just stopped the video right here. Do it on there.
I mean, but it's easier if you just keep the video rolling. And
right, but then it's going to be an hour, and I don't feel like having an hour footage on here.
Well, it's an hour now anyway, so.
No, it's not. It's 58 minutes.
Same thing.
Anyway, we're stopping the thing.
All right, so we'll be right back
with part 2.